Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, seal and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my chalk bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab chalks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slab Chalks.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the World Ninja League Premier Series in 2024 for our SOFLO Ninja Academy qualifier in Florida. Hello everybody, my name is Billy Dixon. I am joined alongside Kane Mauldin on this fine afternoon for our Mature Kids division. And none of this would have been possible without the help of two amazing course designers out here today. We have Diego Dominguez and Vinny Castronova. Two incredible pioneers out here in the Florida community. Super excited to have them. Kane, we are back. We had a banging kids division earlier today. It was super good. How are we feeling about the mature kids?
Yeah, I think with, the early wave of our competitors coming and going, our competitors are really going to do their homework coming into this mature kids division. Obviously, there's going to be some minor adjustments made. But first, let's take a look at our format here on the Premier Series for those just tuning in for the first time. So first things first, the placement course will start us off, that being a typical ninja course. And if you fall once, your run is over. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. But if you fall on this speed-oriented course, your run is not over. No siree. We will go into the challenge course where our competitors are allotted 2 retries. However, this comes with its own stipulations. If you fall on the same obstacle twice, you're out. Fail 3 different obstacles, donezo. This course is typically more pumpier, and the top 4 will qualify for the Premier Series Finals at Life Force in Washington. Let's talk about how our athletes got here in the first place. Take it away, Billy.
Absolutely. So, we have taken the top 25% of athletes in their home region standings, and they have all had an invite to the Premier Series in some way, shape, or form regarding their own regions. Now, the championships, we take the top 25% of athletes from the home region from the Tier 1 championships, and that is how we are all allocated. We are super, super happy to have so many incredible top-tier athletes in our Premier Series this season. And carrying on from that, we also have the WNL partners as well. We've partnered with so many different leading ninja leagues and gyms and all of that, and we are super, super happy to have them here. We are also super, super happy to have 2 amazing sponsors too. The first of them being NinjaWorks, the ultimate in ninja timing systems. These guys are legendary. They provide the buzzers. They even provide some smoke, which is really nice. And they also provide 2 important things, which are the timers and the leaderboards. You can find all of them on ninjaworks.com alongside worldninjaleague.org on the World Wide Web. Another one of our sponsors is an incredible company known for their incredible obstacle manufacturing skills, and that is going to be DGS Ninja. Everybody, here we can see our 2023 World Ninja League Elite Female Champion Addie Herman as a sponsored DGS athlete. What that means is that DGS can take a couple of athletes throughout the league and sponsor them and help them go from place to place around the world to showcase their ninja skills everywhere. For example, currently Addie Herman is in Croatia at a massive 100-meter obstacle racing event, and we're super, super happy to have her represent DGS on the course. And yeah, that's only one athlete. There are so many other athletes that help DGS overcome everything. You know, you can buy their own obstacles at dgsninja.com if you want to just buy some for yourself or a gym, and they also provide our iconic black and blue World Championship rigs at the Greensboro Coliseum. So shout out to DGS for being absolute legends throughout all of the league.
Wow, Billy, couldn't have said it better myself, but looks like our competitors are raring up to go. Let's take a look at our run order, and it's so long that it's taken up the whole screen. We've got a lot in store.
It's quite a beefy one today, isn't it? We have a lot of skill, it's quite US dominated. We saw a bit of Canadian representation in the last division. It may just be a whole American battle for the top 4 throughout this.
The athletes stepping foot onto this course, some of the best this division has ever seen, which is crazy.
Absolutely. As you said, that's not all of... Oh, we're already going off. It looks like Haven Chisma is going to be our first competitor on the placement course. She's raring off and ready to go. Look at this. Not messing around at all, using the sides of the monkey bars to make her way through the course with ease. Have a look at this. We are on to the first part of the triple threat, as the second part consists of going down on that ring and using it to get to the spring forward, and she's linking everything. Look at this. Representing Jump Twist Ninja Academy, she is blazing through Kane. This is immaculate.
Yeah, especially, I mean, we were just talking about the power rankings. Haven is such a seasoned athlete.
Got a hook on that ring. Yes!
Oh, yes, and that was a fantastic run to get us started. Can you believe she was the first run to go? Look at those links on the Beatles.
Wow, dude.
For her. And no wonder that she's so high in the power ranking. She's in the single digits. So, ever so deserving of the top spot, at least for the time being.
Exactly. I would not be surprised if she is going to be one of the final competitors on the challenge course, because the way that it works is you take the leaderboard from the placement course from fastest to slowest, you flip it, and the slowest will go first on the challenge course. So the faster finishers get a bit more time to study the course, see some people on it, see what they're working with, and well, maybe they take their well-earned later position as a prideful thing to own. As Emily Shapiro is next up, and what a name this is. She is a legend in the world of Ninja. Super, super happy to have her here.
Yeah, Emily up on the course, no relation to Ben. Let's see what she can do. Now, something I'm picking up is that this is kind of Halloween themed. Do you see the little ghosts on the shrinking steps?
Yes, it is a Halloween themed course. We are super, super happy to have a season course. Flip Rodriguez, our amazing coach out here for Emily, is giving her the little signs ready to go. And here she goes. She is off, using the trust to her advantage. Oh, taking a little bit of an under approach. Take an extra backswing, and she's down to safety.
Yeah, I mean, the truss is in play, just using the cliff to guide herself to the platform, but that's far behind her. Taking on these ladders. There it is.
There we go. She's down up onto the triple threat now. She's going to take... Oh, what happened there?
Oh.
Ninja Works glitch, question mark. She's still going to go. Ninja Works has been having a bit of an episode throughout today, so it's mild. That might be the case. But regardless, Emily is linking her way through. Not a problem at all. She's going to keep on going. Beetle Swarm is up next. Here we go. Has a lot of swing generation, as we've just seen. She's going to be linking them, Kane. We are seeing some expertise here on the placement course.
Yeah, I mean, what less would we expect from the Premier Series here? Even with the mature kids, I mean, just a leap from the kids to the mature kids is a leap in skill and experience, I would say.
Indeed, so it was super, super good to see her out here on the course, and that's to be another clear. It looks like, I think it was. Oh, she did fail, actually.
Huh.
Made it up to the fourth obstacle before being counted out. Okay, so it seems that she touched something in between the obstacles that was out of bounds, which makes a bit of sense. That's a speculation we have here behind the scenes at WNL. That's going to put her below Haven for now, but with so many other athletes still yet to go, her placement could be shifted left and right, up and down, as we are now moving on to our third athlete, Salome Toro.
Yeah, hopefully going to run through this course like a bull in a china shop. That's what I'm hoping for. Let's see. First things first, though. Got to get through this. And a minute for this kind of course is pure lunacy, but I don't doubt the abilities of these athletes. So far, so good.
Here goes Salome, taking a slow and steady approach, just wants to clear the obstacles, realizes that the placement course isn't everything, and she just wants to make her way through these obstacles carefully and steadily in order to get some nice placements. She's quickly making her way up those steps, though. Nice pattern going on.
Yeah, no lock-offs as well. It's just straight arm all the way up there. Going into the spring forward.
Look at that. That was elegance, that. Barely even jumped. It just kind of reached over, using that wingspan to her advantage, linking down. It's going to put her in second for now. The time is running short on her, but that's going to put her in the middle of the leaderboard for now, with many yet to come. Great stuff, Salome.
Yeah, the time... Definitely, I'd like to say that it's an additional obstacle on this course that our competitors will have to be wary about. But, hey, I think she's done all she could in this run. We'll see her back in the challenge course. Obviously, the placement course, it's not everything.
Indeed so. Gonna put her in second place for now. could be shifted with the upcoming athletes coming up very, very shortly. The first of which is going to be our it's going to be our fourth competitor, Capri Caldwell.
Yeah, Capri Caldwell on the starting lines right now, trying to stay fresh. It's always a little bit intense going into a speed course because you really feel the adrenaline rush. Capri looking to be one of our taller athletes on this course. Her wingspan being put to good use here on these first two obstacles.
So look at the quick match on that little monkey bar complex there. That was really, really speedy, saving a valuable time as she comes into the triple threat out here, grabs the circle, slides all the way down, links that grab. Good stuff.
Yeah,
also seems to be one of our taller athletes, using that length to her advantage as she's linking her way through.
Was almost setting herself up for the link on the spring forward, but this is where she can do some links. Oh!
She stops herself right before she goes for it. She's going to commit this time with 10 seconds remaining. It might be a close call to the buzzer. She runs up with the hook in hand, gets it into the ring, and Capri Caldwell is another one of our clears for today.
Yeah, I mean, it says dead end up at the top of that wall, but that run was breathing with nothing but life. That was a really composed run. It didn't even look like she was going particularly fast, but it was just so efficient that she made it work.
Precisely so. Moving straight along, we have Ava Hortzman. She placed 43rd at the World Championships this year, has 10 competitions of experience underneath her belt. Let's see if all that experience can pay off on our placement course today. She's right out of the gate, not wasting any time in between these obstacles. Representing Jungle Gym as well, another greatly well-received gym in the Florida area, houses so many great ninjas, as well as SOFLO out here today.
Yep, Ava on the move.
Wants to get a large backswing to get that dismount. Good stuff.
Making little pops here. I like the lock-off she's performing as well. Got some decent bent arm strength.
Look at that. Nice, solid lâché onto the first part of the spring forward area of the triple threat. Makes her way down safely. Good stuff.
But look at the clock. Billy does not have time to burn.
If she starts linking, it could be a possibility. She's starting to go! Unfortunate stuff for Ava there. Wanted the link, but unfortunately could not hang on with both hands on that third, I believe it was, Beetle Swarm. Great stuff all around, putting her into third place currently.
Yeah, it was a really solid run. I think just linking does require a large amount of power. And when you're in a rush, it's a little bit hard to squeeze out that power. But Christiana Tittle is on the starting lines right now. Let's see what she can pull off here.
Precisely so. She is off and running, taking an extra backswing to ensure her safety, which pays off for her. Great stuff. Jumps up to that lipped cliffhanger using the truss as well. Also having some large grabs out here. Large wingspan is helping her out here today on the placement course. Moving on to the little monkey bars out here.
Yeah, some time. It'd be good for her to shave off some precious seconds here. Time ever so important. It's not forgiving, that's for sure.
Precisely so. She's made her way through the ghostly grasp, coming up to triple threat out here now. Climbing up the first part basically as stairs. Oh, but she is moving. She is taxing a little bit now. She might be a bit pumped out here as she gets higher and higher up the structure. 5 seconds remain. How far can she get? Slides down the ring. Hands on! Oh, nearly had it with one hand, but to no cigar, unfortunately. That's going to be it for Christiana Tittle. Out here. Fist pumps all around, however. Incredible perseverance.
Yeah, was able to fight through those steps. I think maybe she just wasn't expecting such a flat grab because it's a different hold compared to the bars that precede it.
Yes, very much so. It's quite difficult going from such different holds in a really, really quick amount of time when you really want to go fast on one of these courses. We are going to have to see how Tori Gasbro is going to fare on our course now.
Yeah, wearing the SOFLO shirt, so that may be some home field advantage here.
Absolutely says she's wanting to represent SOFLO Ninja Academy, wanting to do so with such expertise out here. She seems to be doing it well so far out here. Here we go, getting a couple more swings, getting down, all good and well.
Skipping that
Through
middle
lethal
hole.
wedges, making her way through the ghostly grasps.
I like the
And
give
she
and skips
skips it.
the final one altogether. Wow, Tori on the move. I like the way she's taking this on.
Has a pattern, making her way through the triple threat efficiently out here. It seems to be one of our time killers out here on this placement course. Oh, no! Couldn't get the hips far enough in order to get through. Sad times all around for Tori. Gonna land her near the bottom of the leaderboard there. So that is going to be it for our mature kids females. I believe that's landing Tori in the second. She's now the second runner for our challenge course that will be getting on with very, very shortly. But our mature kid males now take to the stage, and our first one is going to be Breeze Bamlett.
Yeah, only 2 finishers out of our mature kids females. It's going to be interesting to see them perform on the challenge course. But in the meantime, let's take a look at Breeze run. He's the man at the gym right now, let's just say.
Here we go, light-footed on the starting obstacle out here. He's going to be skipping platforms, it looks like, using the cliffs and the trusses as well to make his way through the second obstacle. He has now made his way past through the 2 obstacles of Tombstone Dash and the lethal ledges, now coming into Ghostly Grasp.
Yeah, kind of gibboning his way down these ladders, and it pays off. 35 seconds left going into the triple threat.
He's skipping them. A nice technique, nice rhythm coming along out here. Can he make it to the... Yes, he's made it to the spring forward. Structures, how's he going to fare here? He's going to link the dismount. Yes, he does. 20 seconds remaining. He's made his way through the triple threat.
Yeah, look at the clock, though. All this time he's been saving, and he still only has 10 seconds.
Looks like he can't link it with that much backswing. Ooh, nearly lost it there on his left hand. But he is making... Oh, it looks like he had to release it on there. Makes
but he gets the
time
point!
transfer. He's taken the hook. He gets it in anyway. But unfortunately too slow to clear. Sad time to breathe. But impeccable stuff all around, I gotta say.
Oh my gosh. It was a little intense at the end. Was it a mad dash? I think if he hadn't second-guessed it, he could have gotten a finish, but either way, that'll place him nicely on the leaderboard. Obviously, getting to the final obstacle, gonna be pretty good for him.
He made it past the swinging shark bait even, with only 1 second to spare on the clock as well. So depending on how everything goes, it could be either a race for the final obstacle or the buzzer. We're going to have to see very, very soon. As we now move into our next competitor, it's going to be Bryce Zilasco. Very, very good athlete here. Placed 15th at the World Championships in June.
Yeah, and I think with how our athletes are looking, I don't think they're going to be needing to race to the last obstacle. I think that's going to be irrelevant. I think the buzzer is going to be what really comes into question, whether our athletes can go the distance and make it all the way through, because, you know, if you rush, then it could cost you.
Precisely so. You still want to keep that dexterity and also cautiousness in mind when you're making your way through all of these obstacles out here on a placement course, because it could cost you if you want to take a bit more time to study the course before your challenge course run. But Bryce is ready to go. Looks like a bit of banter with Flip Rodriguez out here at SOFLO Ninja Academy. All well and good. Looking for the timer. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Bryce is off, ladies and gents. And right out the gate, he's just skipping swings. Here we go. Look at that. Doesn't even need any back swings on these cliffs. He's just making his way through, representing Jump Twist Ninja Academy.
Yeah, look at the splits here. Bryce coming up on over 5 seconds ahead of our previous run.
Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Might be a race for the buzzer if Bryce can set the standard that high.
Oh,
even with not with the most even linkage, it makes his way through very, very efficiently, making his way onto the swarms out here. Look at that linking technique, putting back his legs as quick as possible. He's through the swinging shark bait, and now for the hook on the warped wall. He's made it. Ladies and gentlemen, Bryce Zilasco is our first mature kids male clear. Even then, he's still shaking. Yeah, that wasn't that good, blah, 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 but it was. Come on, a massive slam down onto the mat and a high five from Flip.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming from Jupiter in Florida. I think he shot pretty high and he landed in the stars. A great run here out of Bryce. And that'll be the standard set for our remaining mature kids here on the placement course. Beautiful.
Precisely so. You can't forget, though, the difference between Bryce and Bree was minuscule in the grand scheme of things. Because realistically, both on the last obstacle, super close. There are multiple obstacles before that. You can't take them for granted. Moving on now, our third competitor of the day is going to be Dorian Brainan, 54th at the World Championships. Happy to be here. 8 competitions under his belt, repping the World Championships on his shirt. He's ready to go.
Coming in from Orlando as well. Such a great town. Such a great town. But with that said, Dorian making his moves through like an extreme game of chess.
Taking them back swings to safety. There we go. Ghostly Grasp comes up now. He's taking fully extended swings to sip a bunch of holds out here. Seems to be working for him. He pops up to the second ladder. All is well for Dorian Brainan so far, ladies and gents. How is he going to fare on the triple threat? The first part seems to be slowing down as he makes his way up, but still making a solid pace out here on the placement course. Can he link that jump? Yes, he can. Good stuff out of Dorian. Wants to build up that momentum to clear a couple more obstacles. Let's see how he'll fare on the shark bait.
Oh!
No! Tries to link it, maybe wanted to just rush it a bit, but regardless, he's still going for the hook on the wall, and it works for him. He's just hanging there with one arm. His clout has gone up, I gotta say.
Yeah, I think it's just, that run was just a testament to how strict this course really is. Because, again, I don't think it was going really all that slow. I think it's just, it'll just come down to the time limit, needless to say.
It will, dude. It's a really difficult thing, a placement course sometimes. It can be easy for some and difficult for others. Dorian, he had some fun, it looks like. He still made his way through, but all comes down to how the other athletes do around you. Speaking of the other athletes, fourth up is going to be Harrison Munoz, placed 9th at the World Championships this year.
No, looks like we got Ryan before him.
Ooh, yes, you are right. Thank you very much, Malden. Super happy to have Ryan here as well. Happy to have all of them here, as a matter of fact. Whether you be from America or Canada, super happy.
Yeah, that said, we have some athletes to look out for. Obviously, our last one, Lincoln, our lone Canadian representation, 11th on the power rankings. Augustin Viga is 6th, which is, wow. I mean, I mentioned power ranking a lot, but it's just because you have to be really good to be single digits on the power ranking.
Looks like Ryan isn't out here. It seems to be Harrison Munoz. Next up on our placement course, he's representing SOFLO on the shirt. 3, 2, 1. He is off. And look at this dexterity out here. He did not come around to play out here on our Halloween course. He's scary on here. Look at that. Using his fully extended wingspan to just skip multiple holds out here. Look at that.
This
All
is
the way down.
an insane pace out of Harrison, though. That Lachey did leave him a little off kilter, so he has to regroup. But hey, a 1.7 second lead on the split.
Swinging shark bait. Dude, look at that. He doesn't even move his hips back. He's just
6
that
seconds.
good naturally. Whoa! Harrison Munoz coming out of nowhere to put like a 6 to 8 second lead up onto second place. Whoa! Even with a recorrection on that little spring forward maneuver out here, these links are impeccable. He just put his legs out super fast, man.
Yeah, and Billy,
racing extraordinaire. Can't wait to see him on challenge.
the sub 40-second time is real. Harrison was able to make it happen. I think the real question now is how low can he go? Next is going to be Caden Norden on the start line right now. Wearing the backwards hat, going to be cruising down this course with some swagger, I hope.
Here we go. Caden, 3, 2, 1. Out here, already off and running on the Tombstone Dash. And he's just utilizing the cliffs, pulling himself back. All is well on Lethal Ledges coming into Ghostly Grasp.
Yeah, making some great moves. Skips that final ladder. I think we're going to see that become a regular in our competitor's beta, but flying up. And I didn't even notice he lost the hat.
He's just letting his hair flow out here, flowing through this placement course. Look at that, 30 seconds remaining, and he's already on to swinging shark bait. Here we go. How's he going to fare? Is he going to link some stuff? He's putting his legs back every time. Backswing on the penultimate just to be safe, linking the dismount. Good stuff. Going to take the hook. Bit of a run up whilst he has time. Deep breath. Come on. Step, step, step.
Oh,
no, he's missed it.
misses.
He has time. He has time to regain himself. Can he hook it in this time? Yes. Nice save from Caden Norden. He's happy with himself, and rightly so.
Yeah, giving us a great smile. After that finish, it could have been a little bit of a disaster. Yeah, as you can see on the spring forward there, the hair got a little in his face, but just a testament to his body awareness, was able to lead through with that link. Incredible run here out of Caden.
Right then, number 6, George Armas. 164th at the World Championships. Looking very low down, ready. Oh, look at that, representing the flip shirt, and it's giving him powers.
Oh, he's gonna, what's the lâcher?
He's doing jump twists, very proud. Look at that, utilizing every bone in his body to just skip as many things as possible. He's skipping 3 at a time, the finger strength. You saw that 3 fingers on one of the boards, that was madness. George Amos, here he goes, has to recorrect his swing.
Oh!
What happened there?
He touched a little bit too far to his right there on the spring forward.
That is ridiculous. He's going to keep on going because he wants to show people what he is made of. He might as well do the wall as well. Come on, mate. Sprint, sprint, sprint. Oh, come on, mate. Sprint, sprint, sprint. He makes it. Great stuff from George Armas. But unfortunately, I think it was the foot that made it on the scaffold.
Let's see.
Look at that, 3 fingers.
Yeah, that was a close call there, but I mean, these mature kids, they've got some insane finger strength. Obviously, they're a little lighter than your average elite ninja, so I guess that's kind of a given, but still an incredible run. I think it was just a bit of a freak accident that spilled the end of his run. I'm sure he'll be out with a vengeance come the challenge course.
Hey, this is also a good thing for just the viewers. We get to see that amazing skill way earlier, so that's banging as well. Right then, Augustin Vega. I believe we had another Vega in the kids division at some point. Here he goes. Flip Rodriguez's students not disappointing him today. Let's see if Augustin can carry on that trend. Minute on the clock. He is raring to go.
Yeah, like I said earlier, one of our higher athletes on the power rankings, so I think I'm expecting a crazy run here out of Augustin. Skipping that final ladder.
Skipping holds as well by the looks of things. Way, there we go. Got to be really careful about that truss. It seems if even if you tap it, you're out, but no problem for Augustin Vega. Here we go. Is he going to link the swarms? Yes, dude, look at that. He's not even stopping for a run-up. He's just going to hook it in the ring and bam! Here we go. Augustin Viga at the dead end right there. Made it through. No problem at all. Flip must be grinning from ear to ear at this point, man. These kids are legendary.
Yeah, and it was an incredible run from Augustin in his own right. 40.28, only about 2 and some change away from the top time. I mean, a sub 40, just short, but second place will have to do here for Augustin as we move into our final 4 runners.
This seems to be one of 3, it looks like. Who are we going to? We're going to Lincoln Chan. Out here, our lone Canadian representative is now on the course, and he's showing us what he's all about. He hasn't traveled from Canada just to make his way, not to lose. He's just coming out here to win. Look at that, utilizing every bit of the bars out here. Using his momentum upward to propel himself. 40 seconds left on the clock as he makes his way halfway through the threat.
Oh, bit of a squirrely jump there, but a quick link, and he's off. Now going into these beetles. What can he do here?
Look at this, mate. Not even a run-up. Here he goes, hooks it in the ring, and Lincoln Chan is in 3rd place.
I mean, were we expecting anything less? It was just an incredible performance. Here from Lincoln, was able to so elegantly link through the fishtails, or whatever you want to call them. And that'll place him handsomely in 3rd place.
We seem to be 5 for 8 on mature kid male clears at the moment, with only a couple more left. Let's see how that ratio can continue. Oh, are we done? That seems to be it as of now. Right then. We are now 5 for 8 on clears for this division, and that is how it's going to be going into challenge. We have Harrison, Augustin, and Lincoln as our top 3 for our males, and we also have our female side that's going to be coming up very shortly.
Yeah, and I mean, these 3 obviously going to be the 3 to look out for come the challenge course, because they're going to be fighting for those top 4 spots to qualify for the finals in Washington.
Precisely, along with these guys, our top 3 being Haven, Capri, and Ava. Only the top 2 clearing so far. That leaves Christiana Tittle to be our first competitor on the challenge course when the time comes. We will be there very, very, very shortly. We can see a couple of our kids from earlier demonstrating a couple of goofy moves on the obstacles. I'm excited to see how we can progress throughout. As we have a bit of free time out here, let's take a bit of time to talk to you guys about our stream schedule for this weekend at SOFLO Ninja Academy. We have completed the preteens and going through the mature kids currently, and we will be with the preteens at 5 p.m. Eastern when the time comes. And then tomorrow, with our poster boy, Gavin Allen, right below, and we have the teens, amateurs, and elites. Now, I believe that the amateurs and the teens have been swapped around. So the amateurs will be at 8:15 a.m. Eastern. Teens will be at 12:45 Eastern. Nope, they are the same. Switch them around. It is literally what it says right there. And then elites are 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be such a fun weekend. Florida has such a consistently skilled field that it's hard to miss this one. It's such a good time.
Yeah, no doubt. Why don't we take a look at some of our athletes we're going to be seeing over this weekend?
One of which is going to be the incredible William Schlageter. If there is one guy you want for grip in any fantasy draft, it is this guy. Come on, man. He's an incredible ninja. He designed our first course of the Premier Series down at Stanford months ago, and he is just super cool when it comes to course runs, you know. Really, really good at everything. You can see those little boxes there to your left. They are called there is a part in the name of the obstacle where it says Crimpy. And there was also a Crimpy Williams special named obstacle at Stanford. So this guy's grip is so good it's been named into things. Come on. It's William Schlageter, ladies and gentlemen. One of the best ninjas in the world. Super high placement at the World Championships this year. We're excited to see him tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern for our elite division.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting, but don't go anywhere. We will be right back very, very shortly for the Mature Kids Challenge course. So you won't want to miss it. See who our top 4 will be, who's going to Washington. And we hope to see you then.
Precisely, sir. See you guys momentarily for some more Premier Series action.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, CO and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my chalk bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab chalks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slab Chalks.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, CO and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my truck bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab trucks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slap Chalks.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the World Ninja League Premier Series 2024 qualifier at SOFLO Ninja Academy in Florida. We are super happy to be with you all on this fine Saturday afternoon. Let's have a quick word from our sponsors real quick. We have two that we want to talk about. The first of which being NinjaWorks, the ultimate in ninja timing systems. These guys are legendary over at ninjaworks.com. They provide the buzzers. They provide some smoke machines for the events, which is pretty cool as well. They also help provide the leaderboards and the timers for all of our competitions around the world. So big up NinjaWorks. Nothing that we do would be possible without your guys' help. Super happy to have you guys right here ready to help us at any moment in time. So big up NinjaWorks, and also big up our next sponsor, which is going to be the ever incredible DGS Ninja. Now here we can see our 2023 World Ninja League Elite Female Champion Addie Herman as a DGS sponsored athlete. Now, what that means is that they take a couple of ninjas throughout the league and they sponsor them in order to help them try and go places to showcase their ninja skills all around the world. For example, Addie, as you can see on screen, is actually in Croatia at the moment, doing a massive 100-meter obstacle racing event. And I'm sure that her getting there wouldn't have been possible without the help of DGS Ninja. So that shouts to you guys for helping some of our athletes out with all their needs. You can also buy a couple products off of dgsninja.com for some obstacles you can buy for yourself, and they also supply the obstacles for the iconic blue and black rigs down at the Greensboro Coliseum in North Carolina for our World Championships every summer. So shouts to you guys for being awesome.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself, but it looks like we are going into the challenge course here on the Mature Kid division. And let's pull up the format for those who may have forgotten during the little break. As you can see, placement course has come and gone. We have determined the run order for the challenge course, but this course is in a league of its own, is way harder. And it'll test our athletes to their very, very limits. As you can see there on your screen, the rules of which are being determined. But you are allotted 2 retries. Fail the same obstacle twice, you're out. Fail 3 different obstacles, your run is over. As you can see there, the buzzer right there. That's every athlete's goal, right? It's a pumpy course though, and the top 4 will qualify for the Premier Series finals in Light Force in Washington. So you won't want to miss it.
Precisely so. Really, really happy to have realistically the best of the best out here in Florida and all across the world for our Premier Series qualifiers. Right now, they are looking over the challenge course, which is the next course that everyone will be going through. As we said, 2 retries earlier. Super, super excited to see it. We saw some incredible kid athletes go over. We have 12 obstacles now. Let's take a little look at what we've got. We start off with the deadly dash and then go on to the haunted holds. We then transfer onto the flying saucers, the shark bait swing from the placement course, along with the spooky swings, along with the spider web as well. The cursed crossway then follows that. Leap of faith is afterwards, which includes a literal front flip. Well, you'll see what we mean in moments. Creepy crimps, followed by Vampire's Vortex, and then Enchanted Trap. Obstacle 12 is just an error for now. We end on the Enchanted Trap, which behind the little graphic, we can see that little grass death monster. You have to swing underneath that from a massive ring to then hit the buzzer. And it's quite difficult. You have to lock in one ring from a bear trap and go underneath that demon, like Castlevania, and then do it. And then you win. Here we go. Unlocking the bear trap, courtesy of one of our incredible members of staff out here at SOFLO Ninja Academy.
You know, I don't think we've gotten a good look at that little monster fella. I think that angle is really capturing.
It's coming around. It's coming around.
But yeah, you're going to have to dodge that. Don't touch the monster, or you will be in for a world of hurt.
Precisely so. Here we go. Here's our geezer.
It's silly.
That's the real hero of the day, the real ninja, the real winner of the Mature Kid male division.
The Wicked Witch hanging up there? Yeah.
Precisely so. Alright then. Here is the list again. Once we finish with a walkthrough down there, we're going to be getting a little walkthrough of our own, showcasing all of our incredible obstacles that our mature kids are going to be facing later on. However, we have a couple of athletes we want to go over, Olivia Lopez being one of them. We have a little something to say about her out here. She is absolutely incredible. One of the a champion of champions when it comes to elite females, truly. She's incredible at everything she does, really. She's just really, really good at what she does in Ninja. Her laches are on point. The endurance in her upper body is just absolutely next to none. Olivia Lopez, a 3-time world champion out here in the sport of Ninja and the World Ninja League. Super, super happy to have her here. If there's any home she has, if she has a second home, she might have to start paying rent on her podium because she's just there so much. It's impossible to get rid of her on podiums. She's just that good, man. Can't wait to see her on the Premier Series finals as well, hopefully, if she qualifies, which I'm sure she will.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Olivia, an incredible athlete. Love to see her here on this course. I'm pretty sure the course designers are going to be shaking in their boots.
Absolutely. Super, super excited. Looks like these guys are fleeing from the scene out here. Got to plan out their strats from behind the gates now, it seems. We are really, really happy to have such an incredible course from both Diego Dominguez and Vinny Castronova, two of our course designers. They are absolutely incredible.
Yeah, looks like... Oh, look at that! And now we can see our ghoulish steps.
All these kids just getting a final run through now. All be ready to go very, very soon. Super, super happy to have everyone here.
We're going to get a walkthrough here. We just saw the first obstacle. We're moving through. Our athletes just can't contain themselves. They have to get a closer look. I believe this is obstacle 2, the haunted holds. Yeah, that little T-bar into, oh my gosh. That's a scary one, that's for sure. And then, oh, look at that, that's the flying saucers. You take that mustache, grab onto the UFO, that'll take you into the shark bait swing. Grabbing onto those fishtails, which are staggered, mind you. You swing on through. I'm not going to doubt our athletes' linking ability. I think they can do it. I think we saw that in the kids division. And then the spooky swings, those also being staggered. Rotated, actually, as well. And then that'll take you going into the cursed crossway, by the looks of it.
Also important to note on this one, you can't use your legs on the spider walls. You have to just go all the way through the web, as we're calling it, for the spooky season. And then we keep going on through the cursed curve of just deadliness, you know. It's one of them days where these course designers aren't feeling the nicest. After the cursed crossway, we then head over to leaps of faith, where you just flip-flop all over the place, apparently, and just pray to Christ that you get to the end.
Yeah, mind you, that was an obstacle that was earlier in this season at, I believe, the compound in Australia, but only the elites had to do that move.
But now it's everyone.
Everyone has to do it here, which is insane. And the creepy crimps over here.
Named after the legendary William Schlageter and his incredible grip strength. Shouts to DGS, nice little zoom in on the logo out here. Then we head over here and we start on the Vampire's Vortex. Notice how there's V's out here on both that name and the obstacles. They use these V's to make their way down to the descent platform out here. A couple of them spin, making them ever so tough. And now we move up to the Enchanted Trap. Remember that monster from earlier, that ghoul? Yeah, it makes its grand revival on that second ring. You have to duck underneath it to hit that buzzer, and then you're safe. Might be a scary swing, might be one of the scariest swings you take in your life, but I know these mature kids are brave enough to withstand such a thing.
Oh, great look at the witch's face.
I wonder how he's doing today. Must not feel that no one's really gotten to him besides a couple people. I remember the only person who successfully got to that location in the obstacle was East the Beast. Let's see if anyone else can provide company for our ghoul out here. Here we go, East and the ghoul.
Yeah, East the Beast.
A newfound brothership between the two after that run.
East the Beast is the only finisher on this course. I mean, I'm sure that's bound to change, considering that was the kids division. And we're moving on to the mature kids. That was the only division, so, you know, kind of by proxy. But with this many athletes at play here on this course, I think we're going to see some really big success stories. Maybe some redemption. We'll see.
Precisely so. One incredible story that I want to see reborn, revitalized in this sense, is the one of George Armas. Came out blazing on the placement course, unfortunately caught out by a truss. Hopefully that's not the case this time, because he has a lot to show. A student of Flip Rodriguez. A student of Flip. One of the best he has to offer. Really, really solid.
Yeah, I've met Flip in person, an incredible guy, but I've seen the videos of him coaching, an incredible coach. And
Precisely so.
you gotta think that comes into play, especially when his very own athletes are on the course.
As we move further down the mature kid male division, as we get into the area of Breeze Bramlett, excuse me, and Caden Norden, we start to get into our clears, and they get faster by the placement on the run order. We are getting super close to seeing our challenge course in action. Let's take another gander at our elites that are going to be taking part tomorrow. Let's see which one is going to come up first. It's going to be Olivia Lopez. We talked about her a little bit earlier, but she is a champion of champions out here when it comes to elite females in the sport of ninja. Can hang on to basically anything, can swing from anything, and the endurance she must have must be incredible, you know, out here. Super happy to have her here, as well as the crimpy William Schlageter. Super happy to have him here as well. Look at that. He was our course designer for our Stanford Ninja Academy qualifier earlier in the year. And whether he be tearing it there or be just linking everything when it comes to the barn by the Folsoms, he's just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Will design a course, now he's going to become the student.
Precisely
Teacher becomes
so.
the student, I guess you could say. But, yeah, there are some competitors to look out for, obviously. Our finishers there. Lincoln Chan, Augustin Villa, and Harrison Munoz is off the board, but he's there. And he was our fastest time, got a sub 40 time on the placement course. But before we get there, before we get to the end, let's start where it all begins. Christiana here.
She's competed in 7 competitions, a fair amount of experience, if I do say so myself. Competes at the gold level coming out of Middleton.
Yeah, which I mean, to be in Premier Series, this clearly isn't your first rodeo in Ninja.
Oh, yeah. We also have Tori Gasbaro too. Emily Shapiro out here as well. Super happy to have her here. 9 competitions of experience.
I am interested to see the challenge course. It can mess with you a little bit with the clock if you let it get a little out of control. But it is comparatively less emphasized on speed. So maybe these competitors that fell victim to the clock earlier may have a little bit more leeway when it comes to their run here on the challenge course.
Maybe that could be the case, but I am definitely hoping that all of our competitors out here can get the result they want, whether that be just clearing a few obstacles to qualify or to clear. But everyone wants that buzzer past that demon in the background, let's be fair here.
Yeah, we've got some good names to look out for. Capri.
Haven is definitely one of them. Stacked bio overall. George Armas, one of my favorite flip students that we have out here today, came out blazing in the placement course only to come falling down by a technical fault.
Yeah, needless to say, I think he's going to be on a vengeance run here. I mean, obviously, anyone who didn't quite get there, didn't quite get the buzzer, is going to be thinking about that going into the challenge course. But again, I don't doubt their abilities. I think they can really pull something off here.
Cade and Norden out here as well. We're getting into our faster clears as we move down the board. Bryce Zylasco is one of them as well. Super, super solid all the way throughout his run.
Yeah, and then we come up amongst our top 3 finishers here. Lincoln was our final runner. Gonna not be our final runner here, but I mean, third to last ain't too bad, I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Then we go into Augustin Viga, who was a 40-second time. A mere 40 seconds.
Harrison Munoz, I believe, was our fastest, right? Yes. He's going to be ending off everything for our mature kids category when we get there, but we are super, super close to starting all of our runs.
Yeah, that's with this many competitors, I think it's going to be some really stiff competition. I think it may push our athletes to be a little bit more competitive here, knowing who's to come. But we'll see. I think we're going to have a runner here very, very shortly. Christiana. It's always a little tough going first. That's for sure. But it hasn't stopped our athletes from putting up impressive runs in the past. So let's see here. Yeah, right in front of you. That's the leaps of faith. And it's not something I'm going to be able to explain super duper well. I think it's just going to have to be seen to be believed.
It is one of them obstacles, and it was super, super close to seeing it attempted by any of these 18 upcoming athletes. You have to go upside down for the obstacle. It's complete madness, let's just say that.
Yeah, I mean, I think just that kind of body movement can be pretty uncomfortable. I mean, you never want to you never want to be upside down.
Oh no, unless you want to be, then it plays to your strengths relatively well. But regardless, it is one of them days.
Yeah, I guess, or you could be like Josiah Capel and do a backflip every day.
Ooh, nice reference there.
For a couple years.
To our Premier Series champion from last year. Let's see if any of these mature kids can become the new Premier Series champion in their respective divisions. Going to happen very, very shortly in November for 15th, 16th, and 17th for our finals. But none of that talk at the moment. We got to focus on the present. It's Christiana Tittle who's going to be our first competitor on the challenge course out here today, ladies and gentlemen, for the mature kid division. Just making sure everything's in play, ready to go. We'll be getting there very, very shortly.
Yeah, it's always a little tough going first. Though, from surveying the chat, those who watch the stream, again, it's not an unsalvageable situation. We've seen athletes come and go in the Premier Series that have ran first in the challenge course who placed within the top 4, qualified for Washington.
Yeah, 3 minute 30 on the clock. We'll be able to see the countdown on that little clock up there. We'll see a 3, 2, 1 go, and that is when we will be commencing our first run. Here we go, 3, 2, 1 go, and Christiana Tittle is off on her challenge course run.
Yeah, instead of jumping to a block, she's going to have to jump to this trampoline.
And to a block.
Looks like those little holds are going to be on the spring forward as well, something I may have overlooked, which makes this jump to the cliff or the sides a little tricky.
fingertips were slipping on the second there, but you can see the deep breaths coming from her. She was shocked herself, but she's a bit confused. But now we're moving on to our next obstacle, which is the flying saucer.
Yeah, I got a little bit lost in the sauce, but she's found her way now. Gotta grab onto this mustache and catch the disc!
Oh,
but
it just spins from her.
she doesn't make it. Gonna have to dial it back for her retry. You know, that mustache can do some silly things because it's on a little counterweight system.
Yeah, the weight really messes with you whilst you're actually on it. Something, again, you have to be really, really careful about. A massive mental game is a challenge course. Here we go. Can Christiana redeem herself on this swing?
Yeah, the scene of the crime, this disc! She knows!
Oh, so close there. Ah, man.
Oh.
Gonna carry on anyway because it's a lot of fun.
But yeah, the first run of the challenge course, and it's showing its teeth already. What can I say?
Right then, and just like that, we are moving on to our second Mature Kids female competitor, which is Tori Gasparo.
Yeah, and she was moving pretty smooth when it came to the placement course, so maybe that efficiency can come in handy here when it comes to a longer, more pumpy course.
Taking a massive jump over to the block there, which she does with ease. 3:10 now on the course. Here we go, building up that swing on these spring forward holes. How's she going to fare? Wants to get the hips a high reach. No!
Yeah, that little board does have a bit of resistance. It has a bit of give. And I think that's going to be a bit of a problem here.
Here we go. Got to build up that swing with that core. Has a bit of power. Building up. Here we go. This is the one.
Oh!
No, had her hands on there, but unfortunately couldn't hang on. Unfortunate stuff for Tori Gasparo.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a tough obstacle. I may have overlooked it on the obstacle overview.
Yeah. It didn't cause that many issues in the kids division. It's coming back to haunt our mature kids out here in this Halloween themed competition out here for Premier Series. With Emily Shapiro next up, could things change?
Yep, Emily getting a little fist bump. She's ready to go.
3, 2, 1. She is off and ready to go out here. Deadly Dash has now been completed. Moving on. Taking an extra bit of time on this trampoline jump to propel across, which she does with ease. Moving on to the haunted holds out here. Is she going to be able
Strong
to make her way
swing.
through? Yes! A bit of a wider grab on the block there, but all is well and good for Emily Shapiro out here. We are now moving on to the flying saucers. Caused a problem for Christiana. How's it going to fare for Emily? Yes, there we go.
Yeah, this was what I was talking about. Emily making some great moves. Now going into shark bait. Now I don't...
It's now diagonal swings. It could be a bit of a mishap, but it didn't cause many issues in the kids division. It's not causing any issues for Emily as of now. Representing Boynton Beach in Florida out here with Flip as the coach. She's roaring to go. Made her way through the diagonal shark bait swing. Now moving on to the spooky swings. More angled laches. Let's see if she can make her way through.
Yeah, and they're fidget spinners too, but no problem for Emily. Gotta make it onto that bar. Good news. Now she's going into the batarang, into the pumpkin.
The pumpkin hold was a bit of a nuisance in the kids division, but not today for Emily. She's going to take a couple more times to swing down to safety, and she's all well and good.
Now for
Get a nice little run up there, building a lot of momentum to get to the other side of the walls, getting out of the web. Can she make her way through and make it to the end out here? A minute 36.
Oh, touches
the
down.
foot. That's unfortunate there for Emily Shapiro. It's all right. She has another try, chalking up from flip. Let's see if she can redeem herself on the spider's web.
Yeah, I think Emily, maybe it was a little bit of a mental lapse. Maybe needs a little bit more swing, but right about now is where you get at about the apex of your swing. But can she right the wrong? She does!
There we go. A minute 10 now left on the clock. She is going to make her way through the cursed crossway with ease, and she's now moving on to the leap of faith. This is the big one, guys.
Oh my gosh, I wouldn't want to be Emily right now. This is an intense situation.
Moves up to the trapeze. There we go.
Make her way up. As you can see, that X only rotates one.
Unfortunately, couldn't get up to the second trapeze. Has one more retry available.
Yeah, but from here on out, she's gonna have to play it perfect.
Here she goes. Can she redeem herself this time? Has one more try left. There we go. Fully extending her arms to get onto the trapeze. Building up swing now with 25 seconds left. How far can she get within the obstacle? She reaches up, and unfortunately, that's going to be it for Emily Shapiro's sad times. But a little hug from Flip can never hurt, can it? Great stuff all around.
I think Emily was just really starting to feel the burn there. But as you can see in the replay, was the first to make it through the flying saucers, and that's some solid headway for our competitors. Gives them motivation.
Indeed, so see, that's just the unfortunate thing of getting an early fall on the placement course. Maybe a bit more studying of the course and how it fully worked might have done a bit more in the grand scheme, but we'll have to see what the rest of our competitors have to say about that as we now move on to Salome Toro.
Believe fell victim to the shark tails. But I'm sure with that in her mind, I don't think she's going to have too much trouble, especially with the modified version.
There we go. Moving on to the haunted holds now on the spring forward structures.
Oh, yes!
Oh, barely reaches across, using that wingspan to an extent to make her way through onto the flying saucers now.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, she is one of our taller athletes, so no wonder, right?
Here we go. Dives down.
Yeah, but
Can she dismount onto the platform now?
the swing is a little bit off kilter, but she's got it under control. And now the scene of the crime, if I remember correctly.
Yes, here we go.
He's deadly.
It was the shark tails that did it. Can we get the shark bait swing another clear?
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be...
orientate the hips correctly, and she does so with ease. Now moving onward to the final one. Gets the hips in play and swings down to safety. Salome, with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left on the course, is now coming up to the spooky swings in the Halloween season. Quick chalk up from coach out here. Needs to get ready to orientate herself again in the air. Not an easy task to do at all.
Yeah, I mean, with Salome, there's not going to be any links on these obstacles, but I don't think she's going to need it. This is no placement course. No.
Whilst the links are possible, it's nice to see a slower and steady approach from Salome out here today. Knows what's at stake, just wants to get to the obstacles that the other competitors have gotten to. Just needs to get through this Batarang pumpkin transfer.
Yeah, and as you can see...
Potentially she needs to barely use that core to straighten herself out. Oh, there we go, using the core, lifting her legs up, gotten herself in a straight swing again, but the time is ticking. Can she make it? Oh, unfortunate fall on the pumpkin right there. So close.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if you noticed, but she was grabbing on the outer edges of that Batarang, which was not doing her any favors with that swing.
Taking a bit of time to chalk up, regain herself, possibly rethink her strategies too.
Now, timer unfreezes. It's time for her to make her move. Now, hopefully, she'll right her wrong here on the battering. She'll grab a little bit closer to the center. Of course, Salome, that black part of the battering is out of bounds, but looks to be a little bit more in control. But the pumpkin, there's not a lot of in-cut here. Can she connect the dots? One more
It's
swing.
getting a bit uneven now. Spinning about, might not have as much control as she did before. Really has to dig deep. You can see the desire in her eyes to just get to that pumpkin. But with under 40 seconds remaining, I don't know if it's a lost cause yet. She goes for it. She hangs on. Our SOFLO representative finally gets to the pumpkin, dismounts to safety, but time isn't of the essence out here. I don't think she's going to have enough time to complete the course. But she's going to keep going anyway.
Yeah, and I think what she's going to need to eye up here is maybe 1 or 2 points that'll give her that edge on the leaderboard. First things first, gotta build up this swing. Does she have anything left?
Wants to dig deep, ready for this swing. She made it through. That's going to get her an obstacle ahead in the leaderboard, but unfortunately the time runs out on her. That was very tiring to watch for me. It was very, very intense, you know? Seeing so many swings back and forth, you know? It's just one of them things.
Yeah, and you can see she just threw herself over that gap. It's a large swing, that's for sure. And like a real veteran ninja, she used every second of that time limit.
Moving on now. We are now over halfway in our mature kids female division. We are moving on to Ava Horstman.
Yeah, we're closing in on this division. I believe Ava was our furthest, fastest non-finisher, I want to say.
Potentially, that might be the case, but representing Jungle Gym, another well-received Florida gym along with SOFLO out here. She's grabbed the board, swings down to safety. She placed 43rd at the World Championships this year in Greensboro, has 10 competitions of experience underneath her belt. Really wants to get a nice grab on the disc, which she does. Hand placement isn't optimal though. Yeah, there we go, correcting it to get both hands on either side of the disc to ensure a nice, even and steady dismount for her.
Yeah, but she's still spinning out of control, but was able to face forward on the front swing, and that'll take her into the shark tails here.
Here we go. Has to orientate the hips sideways if she wants to get through.
Yeah, again, Ava.
Here we go.
I expect no links here, at least on her end. No, but she's down.
Unfortunate stuff here from Ava so far. 2 minutes and 21 seconds left on the clock. A retry is in play out here on the shark bait swing.
Yeah, but this places her in a little bit more of a dangerous position. If she fails this obstacle again, her run will end. So really needs to get it here.
Here we go. Has to really lock in for this one moment. Here we go. She's orientating her legs as well as the hips. Maybe that'll help.
Oh!
Had both hands on only one side there, but to no avail. She's still smiling, however, gotta make her way through. Gets a fist pump from one of the younger athletes. Whoa.
By the way, good news. I believe that does mean that Emily is going to the Premier Series finals alongside Salome.
Indeed so, and with only 3 more competitors left to run our challenge course in the mature kids female division, maybe that number, those placements may begin to shift, and maybe we'll see more. Well, I mean, we'll definitely see more certified spots, but it all depends on who they're going to be. Maybe Capri Cordwell will be our next one. coming out of Obstacle Ninja Academy, another incredible Florida gym. Also placed 9th at the World Ninja League Championships at Worlds this year in Greensboro. And it's clear to see why. She is dashing in between obstacles, quite frankly.
Yeah, Capri, one of our 2 finishers of the placement course, so definitely a favorite to win this competition. Look at the clock, 14 seconds ahead. And if she beats this, she's going to the Premier Series finals.
Has to properly make her way through now. Yes, the hip orientation has deserved her a spot in the finals out here now then.
Yeah, but at a breakneck pace, I think her eyes are set on a little bit more of a remarkable goal.
Precisely so. A buzzer might be in question for her, and with the speed that she's going at currently, it's definitely feasible. Just needs to get through every obstacle at a solid pace, which she does very, very well so far. We got a lot of momentum going into that bar.
Oh, great movement with the lower body. And that's all it took. 2 swings and she's off.
Here we go, just over 2 minutes now. There she goes, over and across the cursed crossway. Now moving on to the big one, it's the leap of faith.
And look at that. A minute ahead of Emily's time. That puts her in first place for the time being, but I think she can totally beat this obstacle. Statics it. Oh my
Carries
gosh.
that momentum forward. Can she use it to get up to the top bar? Yes, she can. Has to get on top of the X now and do a front flip forward off of the X in order to dismount correctly. Gets that cross grip in play, flings forward and carries that momentum and makes the X grab with ease. Swinging down to safety with 3 obstacles remaining. It is first off going to be the creepy crimps. There we go. That's a tongue twister if there ever was one. Thanks, Will, for your inspiration. Now making her way through onto the small boxes now.
Yeah, those little special delivery.
Look at that. One hand dexterity using only the fingertips to make her way through.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, those special delivery boxes do tend to spin a previous obstacle at our World Championships. But now moving into the V-Wings. Skips that first one.
Gonna use the ring to dismount using that rope. Can she make her way to the platform? Yes, very, very nice. Now then, 1 obstacle remains. Chalking up, ready for it. It is the enchanted trap. Gonna have to release that ring from the skyhook, lock it into a bear trap, and then swing underneath the Halloween demon to get to the buzzer. No! She's lost the second ring. She's gonna have to try again here. Not counting as a retry unless she intentionally falls off to reset it.
I think
But,
she might.
It's unfortunate.
She might want to drop, freeze the timer, and reset the obstacle. That might be the
That's
move.
exactly that. But with 12 seconds remaining, a clear is gonna have to be fully earned, you know.
Yeah, I think she tried to skip the bear trap move, and that clearly wasn't the play. The force on the arms was just too much. She might have to reconsider what she wants to do here.
Gonna pull back successfully.
Oh,
no! Only fingertips. She loses it again. Can she get it? Yes, she got it this time. Would she got it? Oh, she would have missed it by fingertips if she scrawled underneath the demon there. Super, super close out there. Props to Capri for making it past all the obstacles just besides that last one. Super, super difficult to properly get the timing.
Yeah, and she'll be a name to look out for when it comes to potential champion candidates in the Premier Series finals. But with that said, we have 1 more run to go, I believe.
Here we go. We have only a couple more left. Actually, no, that's false. We have 1 more left. It is our fastest clear, and I believe it was our first competitor on the placement course. It's going to be Haven Chismar. Haven is ninja and Lego obsessed, she says. She is a lover of all animals and likes to travel and meet new people. She's grateful for all of the life lessons and friends all over the world that ninja has given her.
Wow.
Wise words from Haven Chisma. I've been doing Ninja for about 3 years, so a lot of lessons to be learned in that time. I'm excited to see what she can learn out here on the challenge course.
I mean, keep in mind, these are mature kids, so 3 years is a decent portion of your life, let's just say.
Oh, one thing I just saw is that our first place finisher so far is under review. So maybe something next will happen right after Haven's run. But besides, whilst Capri is under review, we're going to be moving over to Haven Chisma and her run out here with the 3-minute 30 time limit off and running.
Yep, off to the races goes Haven. No problems. As expected, I think this is just going to be smooth sailing going through the early portions of this challenge course. I think that's what's... Oh my gosh! One swing.
We are now starting to see some links out here from the mature kid females. I'd be shocked if we saw any on these here. Now then, making her way through. Ooh, thought about it. Very, very thought about it. There we go, through the shark bait swing, and now moving on to the spooky swings. Hasn't been much of a problem, it's just a very, very solid time waster if you don't manage your stuff correctly. Whoa, the swing on that, the reach was impeccable. Carrying a bit of momentum onto the Batarang. How's she going to fare on the pumpkin? She hangs on very, very well. A minute of her time has gone, and she's about halfway through.
Yeah, great moves here out of Haven. I think what she's eyeing up here is the first place time, obviously. Wants to win this competition.
There we go.
And with some pride as well.
Made her way through the spider web. Now coming on to the big one. It's the leap of faith. Swings up very, very well onto that trapeze. Needs to get onto the higher one too.
Yeah, and it did cut her swing lashing over. So had to build it up. But nonetheless, she's going to go into
Now it's
this.
important to note she has guaranteed a spot in Premier Series finals, but she wants that first place along with a buzzer. Ooh, a very, very jolted flip there. But regardless, she links the X grab with success onto the creepy crimps.
Yeah, going straight into it has full intent here. Oh, the rings, that's all she's gonna need to get into the V-wings. Gonna have to jump up to 1, I'd say. Then rope and the ring. That's the name of the game she's playing.
There we go. Nicely through. Now we are moving on to the last one, the Enchanted Trap. Can she only become the second clear today? We saw East of the Beast do it in the first division. Now it's Haven's turn to have her try. Oh! No! Unfortunately, the force on that ring whenever you touch it is immaculate. Now then, wisely using a retry with time still on the clock. Get some advice from Flip in order to try her best again on our final obstacle. Jump Twist Ninja Academy being represented.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure why they're not opting for the bear trap strategy. Maybe they just don't have enough bent arm strength to force it up.
Wants to build up a lot of momentum all the way back.
Oh no!
Oh, tried to lock it in the bear trap at that point. Maybe a bit more momentum will do. No! So close. Whilst you're there, you might as well look for it. Yes! No! We haven't. Okay, might as well hang on to it. Yes! Okay. More momentum has to be built. Going underneath the demon is the strategy. No! Ladies and gentlemen! We have it. Haven Chisma is our first clear of the Mature Kids division. Great stuff all around. Everyone's elated. Get in.
That was intense at the end. I didn't know if she hit the buzzer. It was a close one. That obstacle really keeps you on your toes. But wow, an intense run. She really had to put the pedal to the metal when it counted. Every little second she saved in this run, it came into play when it came to the final obstacle. Oh my gosh.
Turned on the jets when it mattered.
An incredible run. Well deserving of her finish. Yeah, that was a close call. I wasn't sure if she made it, but from what I'm receiving, I believe Capri, during her run, there was not an obstacle reset, so it's very possible that she's going to be getting a rerun here.
It is possible indeed.
We'll see her back. I'm sure she's going to get some time to rest. But that's all she wrote for the Mature Kids Female Division for now. Of course, the top 4, well secured. Even if Capri does worse in her rerun, that result will still count, so she will be going to Washington. So, Haven Chismar, Capri Caldwell, Emily Shapiro, and Salome Toro are all going to Life Force, ladies and gentlemen.
Super deserved all around, making it through so many tough obstacles in the earlier part of the course. Definitely not an easy feat, so they've definitely deserved their trip over to the finals, which is going to be happening on November 15th, 16th, and 17th too. Now, who is it going to be on the start line? Are we going to get a rerun? No, here's a bit on Life Force. We had our Life Force qualifier a couple of weeks ago, and it was absolutely amazing. We saw so many incredible obstacles from Jaden Welch and his team, and we were super excited to go back there again. And it's going to be really cool to see all of the athletes from all over the world who have qualified and make the trip out to Washington. It's going to be a fun weekend overall. So much ninja skill. They're going to be all up against each other. It's going to be a fun afternoon, or a fun weekend, with afternoons of fun to be had.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, there's a reason why the creative mechanical minds behind the courses at Life Force have won an award 2 years in a row for being good course designers. I mean, it's no wonder.
We have our 8 mature kid males coming up very shortly. It's predominantly a US dominated category, but we have Lincoln Chan out here, who's going to be our lone Canadian representative, and he put up a very nice performance. And it seems that we're going to be starting off with one of Flip Rodriguez's students in the incredible Mr. George Armas.
Yeah, George Armas on the starting line right now, and he put up a solid run. I think it was just a freak accident that really...
Linking the jump there was a bit of a wild portion in the air, but he's still making his way through. Massive swings to just sacredly underbar everything. Parkour jumping across the place onto the Tash. He's going to take an extra swing, getting to the saucer. Underbarring everything, saving valuable time.
This kid is on fire right now. I don't know what he's linking.
Wings, ladies and gents, that's just cool. Come on now. I had faith in this kid when we saw him on the placement course, and I am so happy that we are seeing the skills be brought to us out here today on the challenge course.
Oh, this kid is on fire. What?
Oh, did he... Okay, that's a... Hello, what's going on? Okay, so it seems like he touched the ground stepping back. So that's a retry on obstacle 6. Hopefully he doesn't need to use... Oh, careful, dude. Colliding with the past obstacles, but he's still making his way through. He's just breezing past. There we go. Oh, no. Hopefully he's all right. That's going to... Oh, shoot, is he good?
A bit of a tumble.
He's running. He's fine. He's a bit more nimble now.
Gotta slow it down, though.
Yeah, there we go. Taking a bit more of a careful approach.
Oh.
Can't take it. What happened there?
No hands. No hands.
Oh, mate, you're kidding.
No hands on that. Oh, my goodness. He was
That
on
hurt,
fire.
dude.
Like, look
He
at
was
these
cooking
moves
up
he
a
was making.
storm on the early parts of the course and all. Oh, mate. It was Lincoln in that.
Yeah, linking on the fishtails. That's a crazy move. He had his game face on. I hope that's good enough for him to qualify.
I mean, okay, considering the fact that he was making up quite a bit of time through the course in many fast ways, his dexterity within the obstacles might have given him a bit of a leeway, but only time will tell as we move into our next few competitors.
Wow. Okay, that was a crazy start. Oh my gosh.
Dorian Braynon is next up out here, repping the World Championships on his attire. Placed 251st at the event and has 13 competitions underneath his belt. He is raring to go.
Yeah, clearly not his first rodeo. Dorian, I'm sure he doesn't need to move with as much urgency, but mind you, speed ever so important, even on a challenge course, which is crazy.
Oh, okay. So it seems like the guys need to use that cliff if they're all going for it. But they have to be really careful on the springy impact as soon as they touch it.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard move if you intend to stick
Yes,
it.
they're hanging on. It seems like the technique for that is to jump quite high off of that first lâcher and have a bit of time to get your fingers used to the ledge in order to keep on it. There we go. Making his way through the saucer. Has to swing forward and then release backwards. Forwards momentum. Good stuff. 2:50 left.
Making some good moves here on the fishtails. No links for Dorian, but again, I don't think he'll need it.
There we go. We are seeing quite a bit of skill out here with the hip orientation and the leg direction too. Gonna reorder himself to go in a straight line. Yes, good stuff out here from Dorian so far. We are now moving on to our next obstacle, which is going to be the spooky swings. Oh, okay. So his second and last retry is gonna have to be used as we now move on to the spooky swings out here.
Wow, a shocking revelation. I didn't think the fidget spinners would be the crux point of this obstacle, but anything on this course can kill, it seems.
Good, there we go. He's made himself happy with that ledge. Now he needs to jump up to the bar. Good. The Batarang is first. Hangs on very well. The pumpkin can be quite a bit of a hassle, but using that straight swing, gonna get a high grab. Yes, he can. Good stuff out here from Dorian. Getting the swing down to the platform at the bottom, which he makes with ease. No time wasted at all. He's moving into the trapeze. Wants to build up all of his momentum in the air. Kicks the platform behind him, though. Hopefully that doesn't waste a bit of momentum. Oh, no!
Oh!
He doesn't seem the happiest with that. And that's understandable. He was going through very well, but only small lapses in concentration. But look at that save on the cliffhanger there on the spring forward. That was nuts.
Yeah, no more retries for Dorian, but it was still an impressive run. I think he just was a little sloppy at times. And on Ninja, maybe even the slightest errors can make you slip up and fail. It's not ideal, but either way, here's Breeze Bramlett on the start right now.
Here he goes. He is off and running, ladies and gentlemen. Linking that bounce. Did he make it? Yes, he's fine. Right then, moving on. These spring forwards out here. Gotta make his way onto the cliff. Yes. I don't know why, but I think he has smaller hands, you know. That might play as a bit of a strength to some of these obstacles with Not the biggest ledges, but enough so you can swim. Oh no, that's going to be a retry for him. He accidentally touched the platform with his foot. At least he didn't waste any time getting back, so he can properly rest, recoup himself, ready to take it on again.
Yeah, that said, it wouldn't deal too much time to him because the clock would be frozen, but Breeze able to make it perfect on his second go.
Now moving into the shark bait swing. There we go. Having his hips orientate the correct way. Yes. 2 minute 40 remaining. He gets all of the grabs, all about the dismount now, which he does with ease.
Moving right along into these fidget spinners. Gotta keep himself concentrated.
Hangs on very, very well on all of these holds, including the batarang. Gonna make it to the pumpkin, yes! Makes it down to safety, all good. Gotta be careful on that back step. Doesn't want to step off, but he's all well and good as he moves on to the trapeze. A lot of momentum has to be built if he wants to get to the other side. 2 minutes remaining, can he do it?
Oh no!
Unfortunate! Second retry gonna have to be used at this moment.
Yeah, Breeze gonna have to be perfect here. No more retries here for Breeze, so he's gonna have to get it here.
Here he goes. A lot of momentum out here. Needs to release at the perfect time.
Oh!
Which he does. Yes. There we go. He saw what can happen to George Armas. But not to Breeze Bramlett. Here we go. Right then. It is now the leap of faith.
Yeah, our first look here from the lads, the guys.
Here we go. Swings up to the first trapeze with not a problem at all. 1 minute 15 left on the clock. Might be a tough call if he wants to clear, but regardless, he's making his way up. Is he going to try and flip it? Yes! I like this beta break we're seeing here, guys. Here we go. Carrying a bit more momentum as well.
Yeah, but you do need an extra swing for the X instead of it being built for you, so it's a bit of a trade-off.
Yeah, it worked well for him. Breeze is now making his way through the creepy crimps. Gets me every time, that one, I tell you. Right then, here we go. The trust in one hand on these very thin ledges inside the box. There we go. Just making his way casually through the rings, there we go. He looks like he has wings as well out here. There we go.
Ooh, but look at the clock, Billy. Only has 20 seconds to go.
Oh, mate! Super, super close on that V, but he has made his way through. He seems to be quite happy with that. It's going to launch him into first place currently, and rightfully so. Loving that beta break on the leap of faith as well. I need to see that again. That was impeccable.
Yeah, was the first athlete of his division to make it through that balance lane. Incredible work. Gonna set the standard for our next athletes, and that may very well guarantee him a spot.
All depends on how the rest of the field do, of course. And the first man after Breeze Bramlett is going to be Caden Norden. Definitely not a kid you want to be messing around with out here on the Ninja Parks. Placed 21st at the World Ninja League Championships this year in Greensboro and has 12 competitions of experience underneath his belt.
Yeah, I think we're about to witness some really strong runs. I believe was one of our finishers.
Potentially. We're getting to the business end of our field now. All of our fast finishers.
Well, here's Caden. About to do something really special, I can already tell.
Hands are all chalked up. The hair's been flowing underneath that backwards cap.
Yeah, kind of like a Caden we're very familiar with.
Who? Right then, next up, We've got Caden Norden. Here we go. Yes, very, very nice. Moving on to the spring forward area. Within. Yes. Oh, look at that grip. Turning back on the second half of Haunted Holds. That is ridiculously difficult to do.
Yeah, that's a twist we see often on laches, very rarely on a cliff ledge, though.
Not wasting any time in between the obstacles, though, on the shark bait swing. Carrying momentum with every swing he's got. Look at that. Automatically putting himself in the correct direction for all of the swings. Does very, very well there.
All right, now time for this. This long lane of varying holds, really. It's a little bit insane. Insane in the membrane.
Here goes Caden on the bat. There we go. All good. Now just needs to lache successfully onto the pumpkin. Look at that. He was a bit shocked that he made that as well. Is that a retry? Nope, we're fine. Okay, carrying on. Trapeze within the spider web. Has to be completed with a lot of momentum to get to the other side. Which he does with ease. Hasn't used a retry as of yet. Has them available for later.
Yeah, keeping it clean. That's admirable performance out of Caden. And now he's on to the leap of faith. What's he going to go for here?
Starting out solid with these swings, building up a lot of momentum straight out the bat here. Yes, there we go. Statics to the trapeze. Nice. Doesn't have to use any double hand energy. Is he going to go for it? Yes, he's kicking it back upward. Can he get to that second handle? Yes, he can. Good stuff out of Caden so far. And just under a minute 20 remains now as he makes his way onto the creepy crimps.
Yeah, when you look at that, about 19 seconds ahead of Bree's pace. So if he gets himself into first, that'll look really good for him.
Good stuff. Look at the trust in that one hand. Using both now. It just has to make his way into that one. There we go. Come on, Caden. He's got this in spades. Look at that. 48 seconds left. Moving on to the last two obstacles.
Yeah, and that actually puts him into first. So he's got to extend his lead. That's what's important right now. Now this one does spin, but he makes it.
Not a problem for Caden Norden out here today, ladies and gentlemen. Still no retries used. That saved him quite a bit of time. 20 seconds remain. There is a chance he can clear.
Oh no.
He wants momentum. Is he just going to try and reach out for the ring? Seems like if he wants to clear, he needs to do that, but he's locked it in the bear trap.
Oh,
right.
All or nothing, Caden.
He one-shot it.
Yes!
No way! Caden Norden is our second buzzer of the Mature Kids division. Happy days all around for him. That is not an easy feat to do by the skin of his teeth. Just over 2.3 seconds left on the clock, man. That was solid.
Getting high fives all around. I think he's earned it. I think he's the man at the gym right now. Wow. First to complete the V-ledges in their harder form. And that left him with not a lot of time going into the rings, but he was able to make it work. Slap that just by the edge of his fingertips. And that's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen.
Super elated for him. Definitely deserved that clear. But about the skin of his teeth right there. Made it just barely. But the floodgates have been opened for our final few competitors. Bryce Zelasco is the first one of them. Placed 15th at the World Championships. We're getting like... We had Caden, who finished 21st. We now have Bryce, who finished in 15th. And then next up, we have Lincoln, who's in 13th. We are getting closer and closer to that top spot by the competitor out here.
Yeah, and after this run, we're going to be able to safely say who's going to Washington. Is it going to be Bryce or is it going to be Caden?
Whoa, that was a very, very high jump, but he's got it. Now moving on to the haunted holds out here on the spring forward. Yes, nice linkage there. We don't see much linkage on cliffs, especially in that orientation, but he's making his way through. Linking everything out here. This is where we start to shine, ladies and gentlemen. The finishers of the challenge course coming in hot.
Oh, yeah, you already know. Bryce not going to link, but, I mean, he did just link the previous 3 obstacles.
Exactly, dude. Here he goes now to the spooky swings. There is a bit of linkage potential out here, but is he going to go for it? Sets himself back. Yes, very, very nice. Taking a moment, ready to go from the bat to the pumpkin. Yes, nice solid grip there. Good stuff. Momentum has to be on point for our spiderweb. A lot of power going into the other side. Is it feasible for him? Yes, it is. No retries as of yet. Let's see how he fares through the cursed crossway out here. 1, 2, 3. Bam, he's through. Even Flip is having a hard time catching up with him.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you hadn't seen any other run, you wouldn't be convinced those lily pads moved at all. But this is where it gets a little bit more intense. He's going for the flip.
Hey, we're going for the intended strategy. There we go. His coach's name willing through him, and all he was thinking was flip, flip, flip. And so he did it. Great stuff out of Bryce so far. Onto the creepy crimps out here. 1 minute 45. Good stuff. Oh, the thing is with these boxes, they turn around if you're just 1 nanometer away from the desired hand placement. Hopefully Bryce can make his way through the rings all well and good. Of course he can. 1 minute 30 left with no retries so far. We might be seeing a clear streak happen very, very soon, ladies and gents.
Pushing the Bosu ball so he can get into a solid position. Skips that second one. Is he going to go for a skip here?
Yes, what? He is. It's possible for him, and there we go. Just over 1 minute 5 remaining now. There are many ways you can take to this obstacle, but how is he going to do it?
Oh my goodness. I think
he's going to lock it in first try. Has at least 2 attempts to make this move here, but is he going to get it first try? Of course he can. Bryce Zelasco, he has fire in his eyes right there. He knows what he's achieved. High fives all around from him. He's super, super happy with his performance, and rightfully so. Man! Woo.
Yeah, Bryce, he's going to Washington. What can I say? He's going to Life Force.
Whew.
Again, I believe he was 50 seconds ahead of Caden's pace.
That is just ridiculous to think of, isn't it?
Pure lunacy.
No wasted movement whatsoever. A lot of momentum carried from just every swing that's possible on the course. He made it look easy.
How are our athletes going to beat that? That's what I'm thinking.
They're just going to have to simply go faster and have no retries, it seems.
Yeah, no kidding. Looks like we have Lincoln, though, on the starting lines. The lone wolf, the lone Canadian here.
Now then, Lincoln Chan coming out of Aspire Ninjas in Milton out here, known as the man with a plan. He goes by Human Highlighter because his favorite color is anything neon and especially green, as we can see evident by the tips of his shorts and his shirt and his socks as well, which is very, very swag. He would like to give a big shout out to his coach, Matt the Bat, his EVO teammates and his family and friends and all of his supporters who helped him get here. And he also placed 13th.
But he overshot the platform.
Oh, no! Oh, it seems that a retry is unfortunately wasted. No time has been wasted, however, it seems, unless you count those 2 seconds of standing. But here he goes. Ooh, even with a wanted underbar, it looks like he still hung on. Sees the grip he has. Onto the Tash. Fares very well, taking an extra swing. There we go, man. Onto the shark bait swing.
Oh, links all around. Gonna take a moment to breathe, but for how long, I'm not even sure.
Here he goes again, out here on the spooky swings. There's linkage potential here too. which he does with ease. Takes a bit of time before the bat. Wanted a bit more force coming into that pumpkin, which he's gotten again. Turns around for more momentum and goes down safely. Now then, a bit of momentum is needed here as well for the spider web. Not a problem. Oh! Lands on his backside, but nothing else is needed there. Come on, Lincoln Chan making his way through the cursed crossway. Didn't even move the little lily pads there.
That puts him into the top 4, but I think he'd like to bump himself a little bit higher up. I don't think he'd want to be on the bubble.
How is he going to fare with the obstacle now? What approach is he going to take? He's going to get there, and he's also going to use the intended strategy of flipping over. Here he goes. Nice.
Was a little bit close there. Bumped the pool noodle, but he's okay. Hugely
Here he goes.
Onto the ledge. Wow. Look at him go. Yeah, from the looks of it, you can only grab from the outsides, not the insides. Even though there's a hole in the bottom, I don't think that's in play.
Using a backwards grab. Seems to be complete. He was facing the completely different way from where the rings were, but he's still making his way through with ease. A minute remains, 1 retry still in the bank. Now his approach on Vampire's Vortex is going to determine his speed throughout the obstacle. Here he goes. Only needs 1 proper swing to make his way through the obstacle. Going to take an extra 1 here just to be safe. Oh man, he spun out from underneath him. Ooh, okay, now it might be a bit of a close call with timers.
Oh man, this is where it gets really intense. Of course, that's his final retry. If he fails throughout the rest of his run, it is over. Is he gonna go for the skip? Is that the plan in mind for Lincoln Chan, the man with the plan?
No! Oh man, that was close, man. That was really, really close. Ah, dude, that hurts.
Oh, it's tough, but Lincoln, he's able to make it into the top 3. So he's done all he could, needless to say. And that's good, but not ideal. He's not guaranteed. Caden, however, has just ensured himself a spot in the Premier Series finals.
It's a very, very tough situation right now for Lincoln Chan. He's on the bubble currently. If both George and Dorian are able to beat him, he unfortunately isn't going to go. Oh, there we go, yep. If Augustine Vija and Harrison Munoz are able to beat him, then it might be a bit of a hassle for Lincoln right here. Next up is Augustine, our second fastest clear on the placement course. Got 55th at the World Ninja League Championships, plus second fastest on our placement course just a few moments ago. 31 competitions of experience. That is a lot for such a young athlete. But the experience is probably going to help out here, coming out of NYX Training Center. Oh, look at that. Not wasting any time at all.
Yeah, just so much swagger.
Ooh, wanted an underbar, but the fingers just stuck.
Yeah, it happens. Sometimes there's a bit of glue on that ledge. That said, though, Augustine looking for some links, and there they come.
The links are there, not skipping anything at all. Here he goes now. He is moving on to the spooky swings out here for our October season. There's linkage potential here, which he does with ease. Moving on to the bat now. That pumpkin lingers. Is he going to even use it? He has the opportunity to do so. He does to be safe, turning around for extra momentum, and it works out well for him.
Yeah,
Got to use more of that momentum, using the floor to help him out as well. eligible to go on this swing if he times it right, which he does. Very, very well done to Augustine so far. Taking a bit of time. Cooping himself on the cursed crossway, which he makes look easy. Now then, Leap of Faith is next up. Chalking up a bit. Shouts to Flip for the chalk out here. There are a couple ways you can go about this obstacle, but let's see which way Augustine is going to go.
Yeah, and Augustine...
Statics out.
He's in the green. I think he'd like to keep it that way, so... Ooh, is he going to go for the kick?
Nope, he just wanted a bit more time to get up onto the X itself, and he flips forward. A lot of momentum is there. Only uses one side of the X to link through. That was just perfect, that. A minute 42 left on the clock, though. A lot of time left for these last three obstacles. Just needs to be basically flawless, and then he's guaranteed his spot in Washington in November.
If he beats the V-Wings, I would say, obviously
Yes.
that would guarantee him a slot, but he's going to make it there faster, and that would guarantee him a slot.
He's got his strats figured out. He's got his chalk onto his hands. Only a couple more things he has to do now before he can get to that buzzer. He's going to use a wingnut type lâché sideways. There we go. He's going to try that for the dismount too.
Yeah, by the looks of it, I think it's within his sight.
Oh, the foot was right there as well. Ah, that sucks, that for me. Right there. I was really, really wanting him to making it through that. But he still has a retry left in the bank. Just under a minute remains.
Gonna have to rethink this, though.
He's going with forward lâchés now, implementing new strategies for our penultimate obstacle.
These next two, though, they rotate, so cannot try that. He's gonna have to 180.
Is he going to try the big dismount again? It is quite a tough one, as we've seen throughout the course of today. Can Augustine Vega make his way through? No! So close there. High five from Flip. He must be happy with that, though. That was such a great performance.
Wow, yeah, he kept it clean up until the V-Wings. So composed throughout this course. I think every opportunity where it was reasonable to link, within reason, he linked. And needless to say, I think he'll be happy, especially considering he is going to qualify for the Premier Series finals. But that leaves Lincoln on the bubble with Harrison Munoz to go, which is a bit of a scary situation. Who's it gonna be? Is it gonna be Harrison or is it gonna be Lincoln?
We could see Augustine beat Lincoln by just 20 seconds. Only seconds can make the difference here. As we move on to our final runner of the Mature Kids division, it's going to be Harrison Munoz.
Oh, he's ready to go. He's excited. Yeah, here for
3, 2, 1. He is ready to go.
Here for a good reason. He deserves to be the final runner here. He cleared the placement course with less than 40 seconds.
Look at that finger strength and the ability to make back swings with the most power. Onto the tash, onto the disc, onto the sideways lâché, onto the link. Let's go. Right then, now moving on to the shark bait swing.
And links were
He's
really...
linking, not a problem for our boy Harrison out here this afternoon.
Was there any doubt? Was there any
Absolutely not. Here he goes, a lot of linkage potentially, staticking them along with the bat. He potentially wanted to link to the pumpkin as well. He doesn't even need the pumpkin. What's this about?
Doesn't need to carve no stinking pumpkin. Harrison.
Not even the camera buttons can keep up with this kid. Oh my goodness. Not a retry has to be used at all as he now moves on to the cursed crossway. 1, 2, 3, boom. I reckon the series one's out here. Now moving on to the leap of faith. There are a couple ways you can do this obstacle. Taking a bit of time for the only time currently. As he moves on here. Statics out, keeps a bit of that momentum so he can just use one hand. Gets on top of the X, going to use it the intended way. Getting that cross swing, front flipping across. using the X to link forward. Just under 2 minutes. Moving on to our final 3 obstacles. Moving on to the creepy crimps.
Yeah, I gotta go into these special delivery boxes. Oh, are you allowed to?
You can go inside, it seems. Right then, taking the rings nice and steadily, moving on to our penultimate obstacle, the Vampire's Vortex. Small bit of chalk might be the difference maker here for our boy Harrison Munoz.
Yeah, he's already qualified.
Skips out to the second one. What a strat.
But yeah, from the looks of it, wants a little bit more. Wants his cake and he wants to eat it too.
Here he goes, 75 seconds remaining. Massive jump and he makes it! No retries have had to be used yet, and he's moving on to the Enchanted Trap.
Waving off the
take
chalk.
this ring. Momentum in hold, release it. Can he lock it in? No, he doesn't have enough to lock it in it. He could go for the second ring if he wants to. Wants to get it in just to be safe.
Enormous swing. No!
No, just misses it there. Just gotta get that momentum. Keep going. No! Right.
Hops
Right.
down.
Falls off intentionally to get a full reset of the obstacle. That strat is very, very nice.
I believe the fastest time, not within the realm of possibility, but a buzzer still totally possible, but he's gonna need to get it now.
Look at that momentum. Yes, dude. Making his way through.
Oh!
Yes, he locks it into the bear trap.
The buzzer!
He's on to the second ring. 30 seconds remain. He can get this, sweeps under the demon, and Harrison Munoz ends off the Mature Kids division with a bang.
Oh my gosh, he is winded and wow. He has every right to be. This course is no sleeper. He gave it everything he had and got everything in return. Wow. What better way to end a course like this than with an amazing buzzer? Look at these links. Skip the pumpkin as well.
I'm speechless if I'm going to be completely honest with you. That was just a perfect run, essentially. Had a bit of trouble locking in the ring to the bear trap, but got there eventually with the assist of a retry. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Bryce, Harrison, Caden, and Augustine are our top 4 competitors moving on to Life Force, along with Lincoln, Chan, Breeze, George, and Dorian. Commiserations to the latter 4. Definitely super devastated for them. They all deserved it in our hearts, but it just came down to our 3 clears, and Augustine with the fastest time to the vortexes. Right then, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. We have our females as well. Haven, Capri, Emily, and Salome are our top 4 competitors, moving on to our Washington finals in November on the 15th, 16th, and 17th. Oh, dude, that was a good one.
Yeah, can we get a look at our top 3? There it is. Haven, Capri, and Emily, our star players here. It just makes sense. Here's Emily over here, I believe.
If there is one man I am happy for throughout this entire event, it's Flip Rodriguez. He's having the time of his life seeing his students do insanely well in both the placement and challenge courses.
Flip, an incredible coach, so it doesn't shock me at all.
Amazing stuff overall. Loving that long technique from Capri there. And then Haven Chisma, first place on the placement course and first place on the challenge course. A clean sweep if there ever was one.
Yeah, and our only buzzer as well. Threw everything she had and went the distance, got the buzzer. That is how you win a competition. Oh my goodness.
Super happy about all those 3, along with Bryce, Harrison, and Caden. Caden with the long flowy hair, with incredible flow throughout the course, getting a buzzer as well.
Yeah, I believe Caden was down to the wire on the placement course as well. Cut it down to the last few seconds, and this was no different. He had to use every ounce of his time limit And it paid off. He got the buzzer, so nothing to be ashamed of.
Harrison Munoz as well, as we just saw, came in with the second fastest time of the day as our last runner. Massive skip on the penultimate obstacle out here. Didn't need to use any retries until the final obstacle, but he made it look easy with that bear trap revival out here, with that buzzer coinciding with it. And then, of course, Bryce at Zelasco.
Wow.
Our best competitor today by far. Look at that, dude.
I mean, what can we say about this run? I mean, it was perfect, no retries. It honestly, he didn't seem to have many struggles within the run at all.
Yeah, just seemed kind of seamless to him. Really solid stuff overall. Tiptoes on that descent platform too. Wild.
And a nice smack of the buzzer. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you do it. What's going to happen when these kids go elite? That's the question.
We're all screwed if they go elite, I'll tell you that much.
When they're
Right
old
then.
enough, I mean, they're going to seize the day. But let's take a look at the remaining stream schedule, shall we?
That's it. We have just had our kids and our mature kids today. They are both completed. All that remain now are the preteens. We will be getting along with them at 5 p.m. Eastern, and that'll be it for Saturday. Then moving on to Sunday with the incredible Gavin Allen as our poster boy. We have the teens at 8:15 a.m. Eastern, amateurs at 12:45 p.m. Eastern, and elites at 5 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be very, very fun to do. And that is not all the action for the rest of the series. After this, it's hard to believe, but we only have one more qualifier before we head over to our Life Force Finals, and that is Motus Ninjas down in Missouri, the domain of Donovan Matoya, on October 19th and 20th. Super, super happy to be going there. His obstacles are always incredible. Huge ninja enthusiast from around the world. Keeps up with everything. And that course is going to be a fun thing to watch, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, and then in just over a month, you know what's coming up? It's going to be the Premier Series Finals, where all our athletes who have qualified thus far today will go head-to-head to see who's the best of the best of the best of the best. I don't even know. But it's going to be crazy. It's going to be in Bellingham, Washington, down at Life Force. So you don't want to miss it. A 3-day event. But with that said, I think it's going to be a good time to wrap this up. I've been Kane Malden, joined by Billy Dixon. This has been the Mature Kids Division at SOFLO,
Super happy.
at the World Ninja League Premier Series. So, if you want to stick around for the preteens, see you guys in an hour. We hope to see you then.
Exactly, we'll be there very, very soon with some more World Ninja League Premier Series action at SOFLO Ninja Academy.